Hi everybody, welcome back to Inspired Retirement. We're going to continue where we left off last week on the golf course build and maintenance. So just a quick recap. I built a little chip and putt golf course. Well, I started to build the chip and putt golf course. I made one hole last year and it didn't fare too well throughout the winter. So now we're trying to bring it back up to be nice, lush and green. Planned 2 more holes, but I'm going to hold off on those. I want to make sure I can get this one up and running and maintained without too much work. And one of the big things about this course is I'm trying not to shut it down because we have a pretty short season of golf where I am in Northwestern Ontario. So if I shut it down for a week or two to let the grass grow and stuff, it just takes away from my summer. So I got a lot of challenges here. I basically built a golf course on a parking lot because it's right on bedrock. So the opportunities for it to dry out are high. If this happens to be one of my first videos that you've seen, I publish one of these every Saturday. So if you like what you see here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and we'll see you next week. Okay, I'm back a couple days later. I had done some more top dressing of 100% sand. I made sure all the aeration holes were filled in and a light dressing of sand. Now, today we're gonna do a top dressing of sand again, mixed with a little bit of topsoil and the creeping grass seed. I've had the creeping grass seed soaking in the bucket for about 32 hours now. It's been raining pretty steady and I just got a little break in the weather here, so I wanted to get out and get this done because all week is calling for rain. My forecast, it looks pretty good for growing grass seed, not for playing golf. So we'll get this in. The course won't get used much over the next week, I'm guessing, because of all the rain, and hopefully it's going to give this creeping grass seed a good start. Plus I'm going to overdress the fairway too with the fairway seed as well. So we'll mix my little medley of top dressing for the green in this wheelbarrow. And I'm gonna start with a bag of play sand. So 25 kilograms of play sand. And now we're on 25 liters now of the cheapest topsoil, bag topsoil I could find, so I don't introduce any more weeds. And I want this to be mostly sand, like we're talking 80% sand. So I'm gonna put in another, we'll start with a half bag of sand. And 3/4 of a bag. It's looking pretty good. And it's nice and dry, so it should spread well. My seed's gonna be wet though, because I've been soaking it. Ooh. I'll rinse out this bag after so I don't miss any of this seed. Or actually, I'll just sprinkle it on the green here now. Bent grass seed. Really fine. So I want to give this a good even mix in here. So we're accomplishing three things at one time. We're top dressing, we're seeding, and we're leveling. So all again to keep this course up and running as fast as possible. Okay, now for the fairway. I'm gonna do the exact same, well, not the exact same mix, the same mix, but different quantities. I'm gonna put a little bit more peat moss in this one and more grass seed, of course. I wish I had more sand. I don't have it. I might pick up some more sand and do another light top dressing of just sand after all this is done. And the worst part of the fairway is just on the other side of the wheelbarrow. So I'll be concentrating mostly there. It needs leveling and it got scalped quite a bit by the mower. And the grass has died out a bit, so we'll concentrate on that area. I'm gonna put 2 bags of topsoil in this one. Pre-soaked fairway seed. Oh yeah. I don't know, can you see that? Focus. That's actually started to germinate in about 32 hours of being in the water. So we're off to a good start here. Okay, here's the fairway done till now. Hopefully when the grass comes in, it'll look awesome. But I just want to show you this leveling rake, because you notice every time I'd use the leveling rake, the ground gets more and more level, which allows the mower to get closer and closer to the surface. So I don't know if you can see this, but you can see how like there's a low spot. There's a low spot right in here. So I don't have enough material, and that's why I'm gonna go get some more sand, and we'll do some more leveling, and we'll level spots like this. Because this automatically will fill in these low-lying areas, and again, the mower will cut a lot closer. Not as important on the fairway, but even on the green, there are some spots here. I think that's a spot right here. Oh no, that's not too bad. So the green's looking pretty good. Up on the edges here where it gets into the rough areas, definitely needs to be filled in a bit. So that's the purpose of this leveling rake. It is invaluable in doing a project like this. So I'm just gonna give it a little spritzing of water so nothing dries out before the rain comes. The rain's gonna be here, I don't know, could go any time, but I just wanna make sure a light sprinkling will just keep the top layer that I just put down moist, since the soil and the sand were pretty dry, and I don't want my seed to dry out. But it's coming along, it's coming along. Just takes a little bit of time. So we're at day 7 since the overseeding, the top dressing with some sand and topsoil, and it's coming along pretty well. So let's go take a look at the 7 days of growth of the grass seed. So right off, you can see down below all this taller grass, which I believe is Kentucky bluegrass, which came with the sod, which is dying off because I don't think it's really suitable for this application. And I think that's why the course took such a beating over the winter. But this is all the bent grass seed coming in. Pretty full. I did miss a couple spots, it looks like. Some critical spots here by the tee box. Oh, it's even growing in the hole there. Maybe I should go and seed that elsewhere. But so that's growing right in pure sand. Awesome. So yeah, I haven't cut this at all. Whoa, tree branch just fell. I haven't cut this at all, so that's why the Kentucky bluegrass is so high. But you can see the bent grass, and I believe this other kind of hairy grass here, I think that's the bent grass from last year that hasn't been cut. So once I'm going to give it a few more days before I start cutting it, and hopefully all this bluegrass is going to die off. So before I quit the video, let's take a look at the fairway growth and how it's developing. So that's if you remember, the fescue, the different varieties of fescue grass, which I think is better suited for this application, as I said, rather than the Kentucky bluegrass and the ryegrass, which came in the sod. And yeah, that's why it's dying out. The Kentucky bluegrass and ryegrass just don't work in this application on this acidic soil, in this forest environment. Kind of shaded or speckling of light. So I'm expecting the fescue to do much better. So we'll see if I can take a close look at the fescue here. So the fescue is quite a bit longer, which is understandable. But again, this is coming in nice and evenly. also have the Kentucky blue and ryegrass still kicking up here. As always, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And be sure to hit that bell because next week we're going to do something a little bit different. Take care, everybody. See you next week.